This is huge, as the Avs have made several sneaky good signings over the course of the first day of free agency, as well as avoided some fairly bad contracts given out by other teams to former Avs. What is up, Avs Nation? This is Avs Digest. In this episode, we're going to be covering some of the signings the Avs made during the first day of free agency, some signings that they absolutely dodged a bullet on, and we're going to be talking about some interesting ideas with what the Avs could do moving forward in free agency. This has been Avs Digest. Can't wait to get started. Before I do, I just want to tell you guys that 85.4% of you guys aren't actually subscribed. It's free to subscribe. Come on and join our family. But enough with the talking, let's just get on to the main shenanigans. Why don't we? So, one of the biggest things I wanted to talk about were several of the guys that got signed by other teams that I am so glad that the Avs didn't sign themselves. And the front runner from that right now is Ryan Lindgren. Teams run by Ron Francis, a.k.a., just using a hypothetical here, the Seattle Kraken, love giving contracts, big contracts to defensemen that don't deserve it. One of them is Ryan Lindgren. Like Ryan Lindgren, he's a good dude, always nice in the interviews from what I could see, but a 4 by 4.5 is horrendous. This is a horrible contract. I am so glad that the Avs basically did not sign a worse version of Josh Manson to a bigger contract. Like, as Jay Fresh says, block shots, uses his frame well, but also in the end torpedoed Adam Fox's numbers and was the worst defenseman in the Avs system. This is a guy that did not deserve the amount of money he just got paid. Credit to him for getting paid. You know what? He got the bag. Can't really diss the guy too bad. But I'm so glad the Avs did not give out this contract. I would have been comfortable if it was $2 million and he was playing on your bottom pair. But yeah, this contract is going to age incredibly poorly. But another guy that I really want to give credit to is Jonathan Drouin. Jonathan Drouin, unfortunately, his days in Colorado are over. I saw this coming a mile away. Really, the plan always was to have the pipe dream with Jonathan Drouin. It was, he's going to completely revamp his career. Because remember, when he came here after being in Montreal, he was like zero interest. He signed at league minimum, basically. And now he's signing a 2-year deal for $4 million apiece. So good for Jonathan Drouin. So happy for him. But it's not something the Avs can pay. They simply don't have room for a guy like this. Originally, he was in Gabe Landeskog's spot because we didn't know if Landeskog was ever going to come back. And if he did, the plan was always, well, Jonathan Drouin is going to fill in. He's going to be good. He's going to reclaim his career. And then when Gabe Landeskog comes back and is the same player he was, well, that's when we just, you know what, part ways amicably with Jonathan Drouin. And if Gabe Landeskog doesn't come back, we re-sign Jonathan Drouin. And the best case scenario pretty much happened. Gabe Landeskog came back, and he is exactly who he was. And unfortunately, because Jonathan Drouin was so good and revitalized his career, he's got to go and make some good money now. Good luck in Long Island. Absolutely love the guy. But because the Avs top six is set, there's really no room for Jonathan Drouin right now. And this really leads me into some of the signings they made. Obviously, bit of a quieter day for the Avs. And the biggest reason for that is basically the Avs are kind of log-jammed right now. There is a lot going on in the rumor mill, but also it's been pretty confirmed that the Avs are in on Nick Ehlers. This has some serious implications for what can happen with Marty Necas if the Avs do sign Nick Ehlers. We're looking at one heck of a busy offseason for the Avs. There's going to be a lot of trades. And really, if Nick Ehlers doesn't sign with the Avs, do the Avs then trade Necas for other guys that didn't get Nick Ehlers either? Do they try and say, hey, I noticed you were in for a wing? It's a very big thing right now, and it's definitely something that the Avs are focusing on. But they still managed to get some good work in while that whole craziness is going down. We're going to keep you guys updated on that. But they made some good, tidy bits of work. Jacka Khan and TJ Tynan, I don't want to diss them. They're AHL guys. They're career AHL guys. They will never be in the NHL. Jacka Khan is 28 years old. TJ Tynan is 33. They are guys that are great AHL players. They're undersized. Every time they've come to the NHL, they haven't really made an impact. All respect to the guys. It's great for the Colorado Eagles, but at the end of the day, it's not something that impacts the main Avalanche club. So something that actually does is that Parker Kelly got extended for a 4-year deal. Absolutely love it. You guys, Parker Kelly is awesome. A lot of the criticism I saw when the Avs picked up Parker Kelly was, hey, where is Brandon Duhaime? I can't believe we didn't sign Brandon Duhaime. We just let him walk. Well, I was always thinking in the back of my mind, Parker Kelly is a cheaper version of Brandon Duhaime. I'm so glad the Avs are keeping Parker Kelly. He is such a heart and soul guy. He's the perfect guy to have on a fourth line. He is very defensively responsible in his own end. He's not good offensively. He does not have a lot of offense. He's a fourth liner for a reason, but this is a guy you love. And obviously, the Avs main organization feels exactly the same. They gave him a 4-year deal at $1.7 million a piece. Really, it's not the most overpriced thing in the world. I don't hate it. I mean, there are some kind of comparisons going down with Miles Wood, comparing his bad contract to Parker Kelly. Frankly, Parker Kelly is better defensively than Miles Wood. Parker Kelly is younger than Miles Wood. I don't see the comparison at all. It's overall less money than 2.5, which is what Miles Wood was making. There's not as much risk here. I think Parker Kelly's game is completely sustainable. Really, I like the signing. So another signing that was pretty interesting to me was a guy by Ronnie Attard. Ronnie Attard has played some NHL games. He is a kind of an interesting prospect. I wouldn't call him a super surprising signing. He's a ninth defenseman. He's a good NHL depth defenseman. He probably shouldn't be in your lineup, but is there in case of emergency. He's a big boy. He's 6'3", he's 207 pounds. Fairly young too, 26 years old. This is a guy who's had success in the NCAA, a bit in the AHL, and is a guy that can absolutely come into your lineup and help out. Good depth piece acquisition by the Avs, in my opinion. But really, some of the other fun stuff going on today was Dev Camp. Dev Camp is going on at the same time as the free agency day. There were some fun guys in here. You saw Milan Hajduk, Avs legend, hanging out at Dev Camp, being an actual coach, which is fairly interesting to see. Hey, is he going to be an assistant for the main club going forward? That would be awesome. You can see guys like Max Lacroix. He is the grandson of the late, great Pierre Lacroix, the guy who built the original Avalanche squad that won 2 cups. So, bit of a Nepo baby invite, but you love it. You see guys like our recent picks, Linus Funk, best name in the NHL, and Francesco Delessier. I'm putting some flair on it if you can't tell. But both of those guys were at the Def Camp, and they were looking pretty good, actually. I saw several Avs insiders at Dev Camp really give credit to Linus Fuck in particular. They were like, man, this kid's got some skill. So with a little bit more development, obviously needs some help breaking out pucks, needs some help more defensively, but these are late round picks. They are not well developed kids for a reason. That's why they got picked late. Some fairly interesting things happen when you draft just big defensive dudes and then you just round out the rest of their game. So definitely a fun thing happening right now at Dev Camp. And there's some interesting storylines going on because Cale Makar is there as well. But that is going to do it for this episode on Avs Digest. Absolutely love you guys. We're going to keep you informed because this free agency saga is going to get wild as time goes on. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And I will see you all on the next episode.